Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's special edition of our live streaming talk show. I'm Charlene Thompson, and I'm thrilled to have you join us for what promises to be an inspiring and insightful conversation with three of South Africa's rising stars in professional golf. Tonight, we're really diving deep into the world of Vodacom Origins of Golf series, an exciting and unique tournament. I've had the pleasure to play in one of the pro-ams when it was out in Stellenbosch, and it is such a well professional organized event. And tonight, not only do they play against female golfers, but they also play alongside the male professionals for the same prize purse. We're talking about a field where 9 exceptional women took on the challenge at the stunning Highlands Gate Golf and Trout Estate. Unfortunately, I could not make it this time. I had another event, but it looks like a really beautiful course. And they were battling it out on the course that, to me, it looks like every aspect of every golfer's possible game could be challenged. A remarkable course, it definitely looked like. But what makes this series even more special is that now there is a mini order of merit, which is exclusively for the lady golfers, which is adding an extra layer of competition and reward. And our guest tonight on the show is Danielle du Toit, Lora Assad, and Gabrielle Venter, as we know as Gabby. They have all shown really tremendous skill and determination, and they'll be sharing their experiences, their challenges, and what lies ahead as they prepare for the next events at Session in the Kalahari, Wildco Sun, and the final, which is going to be at Obai Golf Course in the beautiful George area. Beautiful, beautiful courses. Of course, each one very challenging on its own. So without any further ado, let's welcome our guest for the show, Danielle du Toit. We've got Gabrielle Venter, and then Lora, welcome. Welcome to the show. And let's just wait for Lora to come on there. There we go. Are you there? Welcome, all of you, to tonight's show of We Women Golf. And it's really, thank you for your time. And it's so nice to see all of you. I really missed you all out there. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but I'll hopefully see you at Session.
Danielle,
sounds good.
Welcome, Gabby.
Bye.
Hey, Laura, welcome.
Thank you.
Great, fantastic. So we do have a couple of questions prepared for you tonight to ask, and it's very similar for each one of you, but your experiences are very unique. Each one of you is really performing incredibly out there, playing on those courses. Danielle, let's start with you, sitting at the top right there. Tell the viewers tonight, what was your experience what you found competing in a mixed gender field? Just to tell the viewers a little bit more at Highlands Gate Golf Trout. How did you feel to play in a mixed field competing for the same purse?
I always tell people when they ask me how it is to play in a mixed event or playing against men even though we're playing from different tees, the courses play very differently. Because Highland Gate in the middle of the winter in the Highveld is very hard, very firm. The ball runs out a lot, and it's very difficult to stop the ball, especially for women. Men create more spin. They hit the ball further and with more speed, which allow them to stop the ball a little bit quicker. Where us women, we have to have a lot more imagination to be able to use the slopes, use the runouts. We have smaller targets because if we hit the wrong slope, we'll miss the green or we'll miss the fairway a lot easier than the men would, even though it is a shorter course. But that being said, I think that creates such a unique challenge for women, and it sharpens skills that we don't necessarily always have to have when we're playing tournaments against each other and on courses that are more suited to women or our games, especially in the summers. So being able to tap into those different skills and using them in a big event, which has a very big impact not only on our seasons, but on our confidence and just our outlook on our games, is actually quite rewarding, especially when you do well, like we did this week.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was following you guys that I couldn't be there. I was like so excited to see you all making the cut and where you ended up. Gabby, tell us your experience competing in this mixed gender field. How did you find it playing for the same purse? And currently, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but those of you that's watching tonight, Gabby is on the Order of Merit, and you, Gabby, where did you end up? But first, I'm running ahead of my questions here. Let's go back to how did you experience competing in mixed gender field?
I really enjoyed it. I love playing against the men. I grew up playing against boys here in the Free State. We didn't have a lot of girls playing, so I'm quite used to it. But I must say they do hit the ball very far. And just looking at our irons and like the distance they hit, it's insane. So it's quite hard to compete against them. You have to really be on your game, and they shoot very low scores. So I would say it pushes you to another level that, women, we shoot we don't really shoot like 9 under. It's quite uncommon, but I mean, they shoot it like it's nothing. So it really pushes you to be on the next level. So it's very fun. I really enjoy it.
Fantastic. And I think let's just let the cat out of the bag, tell the viewers, you ended up with a fantastic, how many under?
6 under.
6 under, and that gave you the position?
Tied 16.
Tied 16 out of a field of 100, and how many again?
I don't know. I think 114, maybe 20. I don't know.
Quite a lot.
But quite a few.
Yeah, very, very proud of all of you. Lora, tell us, how was your experience playing in this mixed field? I mean, it's not the first year. I mean, it's been last year and before, but how did you experience this year?
Yeah, I enjoyed it the same way as Gabby and Danielle would have. Obviously, it's another opportunity for us to compete in a 3-day event, which is always good to keep your form going if you've had some good form in the past. Yeah, the boys are very respectful of us. They're patient, they kind. It's enjoyable to play with them. And you can also learn from them, which is also really nice. And then I played with 2 lovely guys. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
That's fantastic. Danielle, back to you. Now that we're moving on, okay, how did you approach the tournament knowing that you were now not only competing for the main prize, for the purse, but you're also accumulating points for this mini Order of Merit?
So, yeah, when you're going into a tournament, you prepare the best you can to win the event. But with the mini Order of Merit, I also had to be mindful of the other girls as well. So in my preparations, I actually looked at the past scores and the past achievements of men and the men tournaments on that golf course. And I worked it back from there to figure out, okay, I need to shoot these scores, therefore I need to hit these amount of greens, these amount of putts, these amount of fairways, and then I should be in a good position, not only in this tournament but also on the mini Order of Merit, which is exactly what happened. So I'm very chuffed with this week's performance.
Fantastic. Gabby, you currently on the top of the Order of Merit. How did you approach a tournament, knowing that there's now 2? There's the big prize and there's also the Order of Merit, mini Order of Merit.
Yeah, you definitely have to be mindful about both. I just try and do your best. I wasn't intimidated by the men. I think is also a big thing. You just go out there and play your game and hope for the best. I mean, you can only play the shots and the outcome will come on its own. So I didn't really pay much attention to them. I just tried to play my own game and enjoy the week.
Fantastic. Lora, and you? Yeah. How did
Yeah,
you
pretty
experience that?
much the same thing, just not having any high expectations, but keeping in mind what's at stake, and just trying not to play out of your socks or out of yourself, as they say. Just doing as best as what you can.
And Laura, I mean, I've been following you ladies around for the last year all over South Africa. You're such a calm player. I mean, of course, the other two as well, but you've got such a calmness about you. That's just incredible. You just do your thing and you just carry on and greeting and friendly, and nothing seems to bother you. But that's a question for another day when we have a discussion on the mental side, the mental game. Sorry, Danielle, back to you. What unique challenges would you say did Highland Gates course present? And how did you adapt your game to meet those challenges? We touched on it a little bit early on as well when you said, the course is fast and hard, but tell us that. I've got some picture here in the back where people can see. It really looks dry.
That picture is probably, in my opinion, the hardest, or not the second hardest hole on the golf course. The third hole.
Was that?
The third. It's par 3. We played it the last 2 days. We played it around 150 meters or so, but the first day we played it around 170, which to us is around a 5-6 iron into a very small green that has a lot of slope. So, like I said earlier, the course was very dry and very in fantastic condition, but just very firm. But I think what makes Highland Gate so special is the amounts of slopes that is naturally present on the property, because it's like in the Highvelds, on the hills in Bolstrom. Very, very beautiful, very scenic. But it adds a lot of natural slope from all sides. So you don't always know where the greens are turning from. You don't always know how severe the slopes are. And that creates a big challenge for a golfer to be more imaginative on the shots that they're going to play, how the ball's going to roll out, where the ideal spots are. It was definitely, yes, it was a long course, and a long hitter did have the advantage, but you still had to be very careful about your ball placement. And those are courses that I really do enjoy. It creates a different challenge than the day-to-day golf course.
I can see with the dryness of it, you don't want it bouncing in the wrong place. I'm sure it's just going to keep on carrying on bouncing.
No, I was, unfortunately, I found myself in the fescue twice. Once I had to take an unplayable in the fescue still, and I just had to chip out. And the other time I luckily managed to chip it out onto the green. But it's not something to be trifled with.
Yeah, and for you, Gabby, what were the challenges? That par 3 really looked. It was a very narrow green by the look of it,
and it was misleading to the eyes. There was way more space on the left, and it looked like there were more space on the right, and they weren't. So it was quite a weird green. You think you miss it left, and then you come in, it's on the green. But and the bunkers, there were quite a few bunkers in play. Definitely a few drives that had bunkers in play, and then greenside bunkers as well, quite a lot. I found myself in a few.
No problem for you.
Exactly not. But there was a few shots where you went into the green and it's like a downhill shot and it's over water and it's quite like daunting, not gonna lie.
And Laura, for you, you also had some moments there where it's like, what's happening? Yeah. Laura, have you played the course before? I'm sure you have.
But Danielle and Gabby pretty much said it all. Like, it's firm. It was quite green for winter, to be honest. Greener than most courses I've actually seen in Joburg. The bunkers were pretty deep. The greens were firm, but I mean, they were still receptive. So your ball was pitching and not bouncing over the green. It would pitch and stop. So that was quite forgiving.
Okay.
And yeah, that's about it.
Just want to make a comment for the viewers. Anybody wants to send a message or a comment, please feel free to do that in the comment section on the Facebook. You can make a comment there. We can read it. And if there's a question you want to ask one of these lovely ladies, please feel free. We will ask the questions. To carry on back to you, Gabby. Now, with the next event at Session coming up in September, we're up there alweer by die Kalahari. It's alweer from the one dry to the next dry. But I mean, Session is lush. It's an oasis. It's a number 9 course in South Africa rated currently. How are you preparing? And what lessons from Highlands Gate would you say will you take with you to Session?
I'm expecting it to be quite dry. So definitely trying to pitch it in front of the greens. It's going to be like a challenge, especially when it's going to stop. But definitely trying to incorporate that in my practice, and also just doing a few bump and runs and just practicing short game a bit different this coming weeks.
All different techniques, different styles for the unknown. And Danny, for you, what are you taking with from Highlands to Session?
Yeah, a lot of the skills I think that we employed at Highland will be applicable to Session. I've never played Session, but my understanding is that it's quite narrow. And where Highland Gate was a little bit more open. So the emphasis will probably be more on accuracy rather than distance. There will be more strategies in play. Yeah, it will just be, because again, it's a course I've never played, just like Highland Gate. There will be a lot of time I'll spend analyzing the course beforehand.
Absolutely. Lora, and you, have you played Session before?
I actually have, about 5 years ago, so I don't really remember it that well, but what I do remember is it's pretty narrow and it's dry and it's firm. And I don't think you hit many drivers there.
Not many drivers.
Yeah.
That's us two, Gabs.
I think you just hit it in play in the fairway.
Yeah,
I haven't played it I've played when I was 11, so I can't remember it.
Yeah, it's a bit vague, but from what I remember, I wasn't hitting many drivers.
Yeah.
I think we should have another get together before, and then what we'll do is we'll have a chat, the 3 of us, the 4 of us, on and discuss Session, the course, and we'll go through a few of the holes. I might be hoping to be up there and play myself in the Pro-Am, so maybe we could strategize together. Well, I mean, my driving at most probably will be quite safe, nothing close to yours. Lora, while you're talking, tell us at the next events at Session, Wild Coast Sun, Obai, I mean, those are all very different layouts, different courses. Your goals, how do you plan to tackle these courses, they are really different?
Yeah, they are. I mean, the Wild Coast, obviously at the coast with a lot of wind. Session, I don't think has much wind. But I guess you have to adapt your game. For example, if you go up to Cape Town and you have to play in Cape Town, whereas playing in Joburg, at the coast, you need to fly the ball maybe a little bit lower so that the wind doesn't take the ball into the air or blow it off where your target line is. Oba, I've never played before, but I guess that's at the coast again. So you need a lower ball flight, I think, is the main goal, really. And then just staying quite patient and positive and being resilient. I mean, all the attributes you need to play good golf.
Yeah, but Oba is a nice course. I've played that before. Just don't do what I did on the 18th. My ball went completely right, and there's a long cart path all the way going up. Danny, have you and Gabby, have you played Oba before?
Yeah, quite a lot.
And you know the cart path on the right-hand side. So it was to my advantage, and the ball was bouncing on it, and it just bounced all the way up. It was the longest drive that I've ever had in my life. It just went bouncing all the way, and then it's got a dog leg to the left, right? Yeah, so that's a lovely. Lori going to enjoy. It's a little bit like Pazula and Pinnacle. Yeah, I remember when I went to play, Murray Smith used to coach my kids, and I said to Murray, Murray, give me a last minute tip, with my high handicap. I was just joking. He says, okay, I'm going to give you a tip. Don't keep your head down. Just keep enjoying the view around you, but please don't take that advice from me. But do not forget to look around. It's a beautiful course.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of more minutes left, about 10 minutes. Same for you, Gabby. I mean, those are different courses. I mean, what is your strategy normally going into such a variety and different courses? How do you approach that?
I would say I'm quite good at expanding my game. I think I have a lot of shots in the bag, and I really like wind. It's quite weird to hear from a free stater, but I think I'm very good in the wind. So I'm quite excited for Dubai. I really like the course. The wind can get pretty bad there. I played it at the beginning of the year, and I drive on one of the par threes. So if the wind's going to be there, it's going to be quite tough. Wild Coast Sun, I'm very excited. I haven't played in a couple of years, but I mean, I think it's going to be quite different because OY can be quite dry, and then I don't think Wild Coast Sun is going to be very dry this time of year. When in 2 months' time. But yeah, just very excited for all of them.
Yeah, it's lovely courses they've picked, really. I mean, South Africa just generally has very good courses, so it must be difficult for the organizers to actually decide which one they're going to let you play, because they are all different and so unique and different conditions. Gabby, just back to you again. Something different. How do you see your role and leading the mini order of merit, playing with all these boys, golf? It's quite a mental challenge. There's so many things going on in women's golf around the world, but how do you see your role in inspiring the next generation of female golfers, especially in events where you are playing alongside men?
I think it's important to show female golfers that you're not as bad or as good as you think you are. I think it's you go and you show, like, against the men, listen, we can play golf. Like, I think it's sometimes thought like that we're not as good as the men. But it's nice in these events because I think we actually have a bit of a disadvantage. I mean, some of these men hit the ball so far, and you can't really make up for that in like moving the tees forward. And it's like 100% understandable. You can't make up if somebody's going to hit the ball 350 meters. You can't predict that. So I think it's a good way to show, listen, I mean, we can really play golf out here.
Yeah, Vitaly, you girls, also African lady golfers, I mean, like, viewers, just reminding them, I've really seen you girls in action, and it's incredible the talent that you all have. It's wonderful that Vodacom is giving our girls the opportunity for more playing time. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we need. We need you to play a lot more so that you can be equipped to go out there. We've got Nadia currently in Slovakia, right? She's playing there. We've got, I think, 4 of our ladies are now at the AIG at the Open that's playing there as well. 3. Cassandra, Leanne.
Ashley and 4, Leanne.
4 of them,
Leanne.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and we've had our 2 ladies now at the Olympics. Wow, how wonderful is that? And our amateurs that's doing so well around, I mean, there's Caitlin and Megan and the rest doing so well in America. So this is a great opportunity. Daniel, back to you. Just ending almost off now. What would winning? Currently, Gabby, after the first round, she's leading with, let's just have a look here. Gabby's leading the mini order of merit with 20 points, but it's only the first event. Danny, you've got 15 points and Laurie got 12 points. But what would it mean for you if you win this mini order of merit, or you have a very strong finish in the series? All 3 of you have got such a good chance, for the order of merit. What does it mean for your career?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can really put a price on the confidence boost that winning anything gives you in this sport. I don't think people realize how few times we actually do win. You can have a fantastic season and only have one win. Like, you can have a fantastic season and not win. So winning would honestly give me that confidence boost that I'm craving almost. That, I not only can I compete here, I can compete against the men, I can compete in Europe where I'm currently playing, but I can also compete on the LPGA. It really is a fantastic boost and leg up to the biggest stages out there.
Yeah, that's your dream. That's where you want to go. You want to go out there in the big world. Gabby, and you, what would it mean for you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just winning anything overall is always good. Definitely a confidence booster, especially like you said, against the men. I mean, not the order of merit necessarily against the men, but doing well against the men. I mean, see them on TV quite often, and just being like, I can compete against them. It's a good confidence booster, and I think, for me going into Q school at the end of the year, I think it's going to help quite a lot. So,
yeah, lots of golf for you out there. The requirements to count in the mini order of merit, just for the viewers, and I just want to see, we've got some comments there. Taryn says, girls, we need to show these guys what we are made of. So, yay, thanks, Taryn. We will. We are, aren't we? We are. Girls are so talented. Thanks. And Yezai, all the way from Uganda, thanks very much for also sending a heart and a golf emoji. Just the requirements to count in the mini order of merit. So basically, you guys need to play 2 of the events, right? Plus, of course, the finals. So you've got to play 3. Then these points will then be distributed, if you make the cut in the respective events. And then there's a cash prize. And then there's also an invite to the 2025 Joburg Ladies Open. And 3 let as the access to a tournament invites for 2025. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Great.
Sure.
So, I mean, that's quite inspirational, right? Besides, you're already in the purse. You all got a cut of the purse while and it covered at least some travel expenses, and it's getting you to go to the next event. I mean, and that's normally for any professional golfer, you need that money to come in to get to the next event, So, so we've run out of time, but I hope you all had fun, and we're going to do this again, I hope. Thank you very much. A last message from you, Danny.
Thank you so much to our viewers. Thank you for supporting women's golf. Keep on watching, and hopefully we make you guys proud.
Gabby.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm very excited for the next couple of events. Can't wait.
Lora.
Thank you to all the fans around South Africa. Keep promoting South African women's golf, and hopefully we can get, to the stars.
Fantastic. Well, there you have it. Our 3 stars, and there's lots. There was 9 in total that played at the Vodacom Origins of Golf at Highlands Gates. There's more events coming up. As we spoke about it, we've got the next one at Session in September, then the Wild Coast Sun. And wow, what an incredible conversation we had tonight. Danny, Laura, Gabby, thank you so much for sharing your insights. It's your challenges, being able to be blessed to have learned to know you all better, see you in action, your triumphs that you've shared with us. It's just really inspiring, to hear about all these experiences as you travel around South Africa, competing, especially in the Vodacom Origins of Golf alongside the men. I always wondered in the beginning, how's this going to work out? But now that I see firsthand and hear what you say. It's like me playing with you girls in the Pro-Am. It just pulls me along. My best golf is always when I play with you ladies in any Pro-Am, you know, so you get pulled along by better players. So exactly what you said, and how you're pushing the boundaries of women's golf in South Africa. It's just incredible. And I mean, as we look forward now to the next events at Sisha and Wild Coast, Obai, I know that I'm not alone in saying that we're going to be cheering you on. You know, we're going to be rooting for you, watching the scores, live scores. Please share on your social media how your journeys are, so your fans and supporters can follow every step of your way. And, you know, your dedication, your passion, your perseverance, watching your girls in that storm, Gabby, last year when we had all those floods and we all just carried on pushing through, wondering why they're making you play in that terrible weather. Now you know why. So that you can conquer all those elements out there, and it makes you stand out. It truly makes you, not just as athletes, but as role models for all the golfers, these young girls coming through, you know, the next generation in sports. And yeah, very, very proud to be able to have all three of you here tonight. And to all the viewers, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in and taking time out, being a part of tonight's show. Your support for women's golf, it's what helps us to continue to grow this amazing community. We need your support. We need your help. We need your sponsorships so we can have more series. Yay! Anybody want to win the lotto tonight? Please, we need lots of sponsorships so we can have more Pro-Am series for you ladies, lots more playing time. And let's help us to continue growing this amazing community. So please, follow We Women Golf magazine. It's a free subscription online at www.wewomengolf. Share it as wide as possible so that we can get the exposure for not just our sponsors, but our champions, who is our lady golfers. So if you've got a story or something you want to see featured in the magazine, please email me directly. And don't forget to follow then also, the social media, share it with your friends, make comments. Let's grow the community. We'll also find more of the upcoming interviews, events, everything that's happening in our world of golf for our women. And that's a wrap. Until next time, keep swinging, keep striving, and remember that golf is not just a game, it's a journey. So this is me, Charlene Thompson from Stellenbosch. I'm signing off, and good night to everyone. Have a great evening. Thanks, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.